Hello again. This is still Mr. Chance, and this is still me talking about the Song of Hiawatha. I want to look briefly at Canto 1, the Peace Pipe, and hit what I think are some of the highlights of this canto. So here we go. The canto opens with us meeting Giche Manito, who is the master of life. He is the source of all good gifts. And Giche Manito comes down from heaven and he crafts and lights the peace pipe as a call to all the nations. And so the smoke from this peace pipe billows up against the dome of heaven, spreads out across the sky, and all the people see it and understand that this is a summons to a council. And so in line 58, the warriors begin to gather. And again, we have a list of Native American groups that are being drawn to the location where Giche Manito has gathered, is gathering the people together for this council. Okay. And when the people show up, in line 75, we see the threat of violence. They show up ready for war. They have their weapons. They have their war gear rather. They are wildly glaring at each other, and there is this hereditary hatred that they have for each other. What the poem calls the ancestral thirst of vengeance. And Giche Manito looks at this and he does not become angry. He instead is filled with love and pity. He views their fights, their wrath and wrangling, as the poem says. He views this as the fights of children. This is in line 85. From Giche Manito's perspective, this is all very childish. And there's not any real reason for this ancestral hatred. And he reproves them. Basically, in line 99, he lists the gifts which he has given them. He has given them lands to hunt in, and fish, and bear, and bison. He asks, round about line 106, why then are you not contented? Why then will you hunt each other? You should be hunting the deer and the bison, not each other. And then he points out that he's just weary of their quarrels. He's tired of listening to the bickering and all of that. And so Giche Manito makes them a promise in line 116, line 116, that he will send them a prophet, a deliverer of nations who shall guide you and shall teach you. And as is always the case with a prophet, there is both a promise and a warning that goes along with this. In line 120, Giche Manito tells the people that if they listen to the prophet's counsels, they will multiply and prosper. But if they don't, they will fade away and perish. And the choice is theirs, in essence. Listen to the prophet and gain all good things. Ignore the prophet and lose everything is the gist of this. And then we have what amounts to a baptism of repentance. Starting in line 124, Giche Manito tells the people, bathe now in the stream before you. And this is the stream that has flowed from Giche Manito's footprints, right? When his foot touched the earth, this river sprang up. And they wash the war paint from their faces, they bury their war clubs and their weapons, and they're commanded to make peace pipes of their own and to live as brothers from this point on. And the people do. They do what Giche Manito says. They wash off the war paint, they bury the weapons, they're doing all this kind of stuff. But there's a foreshadowing here. In line 143, we're told that while they are doing all of this, Dark below them flowed the water, soiled and stained with streaks of crimson, as if blood were mingled with it. That there's this hint that maybe this call to peace that the people have answered, they might be sincere at this point in time while they're doing this, but those ancestral hatreds, the wrongs of the past have still taken place, and the world is still marred by them in some way. At this point in time, Gitche Manito departs. He ascends back to heaven. He ascends back to heaven. So in essence, the flow of this is we have Gitche Manito calls for peace. The people answer in anger, right? They show up looking for a fight. Gitche Manito reproves them. He scolds them, right? And promises them a prophet, right? A prophet. Oh my goodness, I forgot how to type. Oh, embarrassing. Promises them a prophet. The people appear to accept this call to peace and brotherhood. They appear to. And Gitche Manito departs, right? Gitche Manito returns to heaven. And all seems like it might be good, except for this stain in the water, this stain upon the land that remains. And as we're going to see, while this ends with a call to peace being answered, Canto 2 opens with violence. So, I guess we can make of that what we will. I think if we put this in its historical context, we don't want to read too much into this perhaps, but if we put this in its historical context of the increasing hostility in the United States in 1855 when this poem was published, especially over the issue of slavery, I think we also get perhaps an idea of what Longfellow is attempting to communicate here, that if we, the people, will accept the Declaration of Independence's claim that all are created equal and everyone has unalienable rights, then we can live in peace and brotherhood. But that's easier said than done. Because the past carries a heavy weight. And I guess that's it for this video. I have a few more that will be forthcoming, but that's it for now. I hope you're enjoying the poem, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.